Hello CMA, it is time to be live and talk about the month of October and where we're going for the rest of the year of 2023. You know, last month was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. In fact, I know you all know that because I saw pink all over our dealerships. And I want to thank each and every one of you for helping us raise awareness and support for those within our CMA family and across our communities who are currently fighting breast cancer. Some of the dollars that we raised went right to families within CMA who currently need support, and the rest of it went to nonprofits around Virginia to help those in our community who are currently fighting cancer. You know, I don't know what this world is about if it isn't about supporting each other through both love, support, and encouragement during both the great times and the challenging ones. And as we look forward to the month of November, we did have a quick stop on the day of Halloween to have a little bit of fun as well. I absolutely loved seeing all of the trunk or treat events happening, the costume contests happening across CMA, and a couple of the winners that you all posted out on Facebook. One of the ones that I loved was over at Toyota Chevy of Martinsburg. I understand you all had maybe 600 kids come through your trunk or treat and over 3,500 pieces of candy given out. It's okay to work hard and play hard. In fact, it's encouraged. And that's part of moving lives forward within CMA for our customers. And in this case, we got to invite a lot of our community members in to have some fun as well. During November, we've got a lot more going on, as we always do at CMA. We are kicking off Orange Saturday right now. This is our annual sales event that takes place instead of Black Friday, which is what everybody else does. When they zig, we zag. We go Orange Saturday, but we're doing it all month long. And remember, it's not just a sales event. We want everybody within our company involved, creating energy and excitement across our dealerships. We've got orange decorations everywhere. We've got orange t-shirts for everybody to wear. Service department, recon, accounting, join us in the orange fun. Let's make sure our customers are asking us, what the heck is going on? And we're going to let them know about Orange Saturday, and specifically the twist that we have on it this year, which is that we're donating $25 per car that we sell this month to a local Boys and Girls Club in each one of our communities. We're going to be kicking off Orange Saturday as well as our annual bike drive, because during the holiday season, it is all about supporting kids and families in our community. So join us and get in on the fun. There's a lot going on in the world right now, both inside our country and outside. All of our hearts are affected when there's pain and suffering happening around us. And the best thing that we can do, as I said earlier, is to give and to love as hard as we can and pray that the waves that we create within our community go well outside of our sphere of influence and maybe even across the world. So as we look forward to November, we're going to have fun, we're going to work hard, and we're going to give shout outs and learn from what happened in the past. So let's talk about October. Shout out to Colonial Hyundai, your service team specifically. Colonial Hyundai's service team has been challenged now for several years in the area of customer satisfaction. They have replaced hundreds and actually probably now thousands of engines, but really struggled to get the right processes in place to communicate with our customers and make sure that we're meeting and exceeding their expectations. So for the first time in quite a while, they were well above the nation in CSI. And I want to thank Cheyenne specifically for leading the way with the highest CSI score at Colonial Hyundai last month. Couple other things. Their department also hit their performance numbers, which is important. Let's make customers happy and make some money doing it. Right next door to them at Colonial Subaru, both Mindy Williams and Carl Solo Jr. had perfect NPS scores for the month in service. And 4 of their fellow sales associates did the same. Let's see, it was Aziz, Justin, and Ken all had a perfect 100 in NPS at Colonial Subaru. Zach Hackett over at Valley CDJR had a perfect 100 and set a service sales record. Brian Reed at Colonial Chevrolet with a perfect 100 in service CSI. We had 8 technicians over at Subaru of Winchester, as we always do, getting a perfect 100 in fixed right the first time. Dan Stryker, Sage, Christian, Pierce, Gary, Aaron, Neil, and Dustin. And by them fixing cars right the first time, it certainly helps our service advisors like Brad Elmore, who got a perfect 100 in his NPS score as a service advisor at Subaru of Winchester. Showing an uncommon level of care is what makes these numbers happen. Even more importantly, how we create raving fans who are so loyal to CMA that they would never consider doing business anywhere else. Todd Cadle over at Volvo of Charlottesville created a raving fan when he drove a customer's car home on a Saturday afternoon to Richmond, not just home, but to home in Richmond from Charlottesville. The woman was afraid to drive on 64 by herself and simply couldn't come to get her car. Another raving fan sent me a note about Todd Wheeler at Colonial Auto Center service. The customer specifically said that Todd came to his aid in that Aldi parking lot when his car wouldn't start, helped get his car started so he could bring it over and get a new battery from us. And this was kind of funny, but also something I thought was worth sharing. He said, "Mr. Wheeler represents your company well, and I would like to suggest that he get a sizable raise and a few perks like some gift cards for gas and food." He said, "But until then, please just give him my thanks." He also highlighted Katari Brown and Danny Yates for their wonderful service during his visit with us. Jimmy Mitchell, also over at Volvo, an uncommon level of care. We had a customer run out of gas on the side of the road. Jimmy grabbed some gas, went and met them on the side of the road so they could keep going. Nothing to do with servicing their Volvo. And we had a customer call Jimmy who was locked out of their car at Whole Foods. Apparently Jimmy is the best we have at breaking into cars, so he ran over and helped them get their keys out. Daryl Kirby, who's a service advisor at Hyundai of Winchester. Daryl had a customer who had a part on back order. It happened to be a part that Daryl had on his own personal car. He went and took the part off of his own car to help make sure this customer could get back on the road. That's pretty darn awesome and uncommon. Amanda Fenal from Colonial Subaru, she helped an elderly couple who couldn't drive to bring their car in for service. And the funny thing is they live right next to our competitor, Subaru of Richmond. She took the customer a loaner, brought their car in, and got it returned right back to them. And Corey Garner from Valley CDJR had a customer who really just wanted someone to have lunch with. And Corey went with the customer to Red Lobster so that the customer would have somebody to have some conversation with. Might have been a little bit of loneliness happening. And Corey, thank you for recognizing that and showing an uncommon level of care. Thank you to Logan Housley, who demonstrated exceptional dedication when Mr. Morris couldn't bring his car in due to his wife's health issues. You know, the real story here is that AI, robots, Tesla's service app, they can't do the things that you all do. They can't create the memories and the experiences that you all did, not just in the month of October, but that you do every single day across CMA. Thank you. Now, when we take care of customers in the way that I just shared, the numbers then follow. And when I look at the numbers for the month of October, there are a few of you that deserve some special recognition. A shout out to Jason Fleming and the Hyundai of Lynchburg service team. They were 170% of their ARC forecast, and they put up all-time record numbers, not just October records, all-time records. I want to thank Christy Herald for setting a personal record as a service advisor with her total labor sales and the number of ROs that she wrote last month. Toyota Chevy of Martinsburg, it also looks like they put up record numbers, again, all-time record numbers in our service department. And their sales department had the best month of the year, hitting 300 in new and used sales for the month. Williamsburg Ford Service Department, all-time record as well. Shout out to Anthony, April, Dave, Diane, and Amanda, and of course their fearless leader, Mike Romano, for an all-time record service month. Honda of Winchester was the only dealership in the company to hit both their new sales and used sales forecast for the month. And I want to shout out to JP Ricks for having a personal best in the finance office. Hyundai of Winchester, they tied their best month for the year, as did Volvo of Charlottesville. And Hyundai led their district in new car sales for the first time ever. Volvo, I want to give a shout out to Danny Lopez. He had his own personal record with his first full month on the sales floor selling 15 vehicles. Valley Subaru and Lynchburg CDJR also hit their combined forecast in sales for the month. Valley Volkswagen, you guys were selling some electric cars last month. You all were the District 2 champions and sold more ID4s than any other VW dealer in the district. And I want you guys to remember that we are the EV champions, and we want to make sure that every electric vehicle sold in Virginia or West Virginia is coming through a CMA dealership, period. You guys got this. Jamal Ashley at Lynchburg CDJR, he sold 12 vehicles in his first month. And we had a floor hammering, a jacking going on the entire month, I think, as we're renovating that showroom. So I want to thank the whole Lynchburg CDJR team for your patience while we renovate your showroom. Also at that store, John May in our parts department set a personal record for his parts sales for the month. And speaking of parts, I want to give a huge thank you to all of our parts departments, but specifically to those who have General Motors brands and CDJR, because you all have been dealing with a strike. And I have watched you all acting like sales associates, DXing and trading in parts everywhere that you could find them to make sure we could get our customers back on the road. Thankfully, that strike is coming to an end, but you all have been incredible in how you've handled it these last 6 weeks. Shout out to Mindy Hartzell at Valley CDJR for helping to set up 27 sales from the BDC, and also to Ashley Phillips in the BDC at Colonial Hyundai, who took over the Colonial Chevrolet leads while they needed some assistance with some people out sick. As a company, we were up 2.7% in total new and used vehicle sales last month. That was up 7.3% in new, and unfortunately, we were down just under 3% in our used vehicle sales. We did not hit our objectives last month in sales, but man, did we work hard. As far as our top sales associates of the month, these may not be final. I will have those out to you a little bit later in a separate post, but we know that Jeremy Jenkins led the way from Martinsburg Toyota Chevy. Behind him, we had David Boone, Jory Smith, Cameron Radin, Matt Peters, Rod Booths, Andrew Rainey, Tyler Hendricks, Karen Rogers, Corey Garner, Ricky Hamlet, Laura Sutton, Brian McCafferty, Chris Parandian, and Tim Obar, all as our top sales associates with 20 plus sales for the month. And if you didn't see the Myers Flyers update that was through September, quick recap, Wendy Sparks was holding the #1 position in the company. However, Wendy just got promoted up to finance as a finance manager at Colonial Honda. Congratulations, Wendy, but she's also giving up her Myers Flyers spot, which puts Jeremy Jenkins in the #1 spot as we head into October. We do have a few new contenders. Matt Peters has taken over the #3 spot. He and Rod Booth seem to be playing tag. We've got David Boone and Brian McCafferty also playing tag for the 6th and 7th spot. Jessie Hicks holding strong at #9. She is also #1 Rookie of the Year. For our service advisors, so far, Logan Housley is still maintaining that #1 spot. Sydney Ellington, #2, and Aaron Baldwin still hot in that #3 spot for our service advisors. Finance numbers went out yesterday for Myers Flyers, so please check your email. All of the Myers Flyers winners will be joining us in February at the Greenbrier Resort, and one top technician from each dealership will be joining us. Body shop technician will be joining us for the first time. Our top sales, service advisors, and F&I managers will be there. Spark plugs will be recognized during the month of December. Now, the Spark Plug Award every year for many, many years is open to anybody in our company as far as who represents the spark plugs in your dealership. Who is the spark in our engine? These are the people that put team first every day, that consistently have a great attitude and strong performance. We are looking forward to recognizing you all during the month of December. In other news, so many of our associates help to keep up the energy and excitement in our dealerships every single day, whether they're putting up holiday decorations, pink balloons for breast cancer, or setting up trunk or treats. Thanks to all of you who gave that extra effort. We want to make sure that our workplace feels like a work home. I want to thank Tracy Aldridge in our accounting office down in Richmond, who took time to decorate the front entryway of Colonial Honda. I want to thank Brianna Kiesecker for leading the way at the trunk or treat up in Martinsburg. And I know there are so many of you all that I should be having on that list. Pierce Cartwright, if you all didn't see this, from Subaru of Winchester, he was named the Subaru Star ASE Technician of the Future. Out of all Subaru dealerships around the country, Pierce Cartwright was recognized in a wonderful event last week. Congratulations to Derek Kreitz in the Valley for his promotion to sales manager from F&I, along with Mayor Alarubi in his promotion to GSM at Valley Nissan. I mentioned Wendy Sparks being promoted at Colonial Honda, as well as Greg Jones is moving from sales at Colonial Kia to a finance manager position over at Colonial Hyundai. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Shout out to Dave Davis at our Lynchburg dealerships. He does everything behind the scenes on facilities, IT, support. And this month, his partner in crime, Joe Carpenter, was out having surgery, and Dave Davis really stepped up in a big way, and his whole team in Lynchburg wanted to thank him for his efforts. I want to thank Jason Mahoney along with all of our EV champions, several of whom attended the Party for the Planet here in Charlottesville. Josh Smith from Valley Subaru took home the most leads, has already sold at least one EV from it, and hopefully a few more. I want to also thank Quentin. He joined Josh at another EV event 2 weeks later, and we greatly appreciate you all's commitment for being highly educated and the best resource for our customers on all things EV. There were a group of Subaru associates, our Love Promise champions, who had the opportunity to go out to Indianapolis and tour the Subaru plant and learn how we can make better and stronger Love Promise moments across CMA, not just at our Subaru dealerships. We had SPCA adoption events at several of our dealerships as well. And in Winchester, at Subaru of Winchester, they had 12 animals who found a new home thanks to Subaru of Winchester's pet adoption event. And finally, the Williamsburg Ford team, they had a fantastic fundraiser and worked with the local establishment to help raise money for Here for the Girls. They raised over $4,500 to help women under the age of 50 who were diagnosed with breast cancer. You all are amazing. Could not be more proud to be on a team with each and every one of you every day. Let's start November really strong. Let's have fun with Orange Saturday. Let's bring in a ton of bikes for kids in our community, and then be prepared to take some time off on the actual holidays this month and next month to spend time with our loved ones. Thank you.